arrested has his face bloody. Officer Domingo Diaz, who has been suspended, spits at the boy. Another clip shows Diaz repeatedly punching a teen before a sergeant pulls Diaz away. The brutality erupted in July after the teenager...
Man. We have yet to get over this. This has yet to stop. If you, I know this is a new program per se. This is I've Got Questions. If you have, excuse me, sorry about that. If you have the Instagram, which is actually I've Got Questions Man, because someone stole the other version. It's I've Got Questions Man, M-A-N, all correct spelling, except for the apostrophe. There's no grammatical way I could put it that there with Instagram. But if you go to the page and check it out, I have the full clip of this, which you just heard, which is disgusting. I seen a cop spit on a handcuffed American citizen. Seeing that this morning, and also seeing the news that's going on with Afghanistan, there was a bombing there. I guess the only people it would conflict is black people, really, and not even all black people, because that's the problem. A lot of white people. There are a lot of white people who were there at the marches and the protests and being there for Black Lives Matter. Some Spanish people too. Not all, because it seems like with that and black people, there's a whole thing there that has yet to really be talked about, and perhaps we'll talk about on here one day. And of course, Asian people don't really care. And that's just the truth. Because when we talk about what goes on, and you talk about what Black Lives Matter, and you talk about who actually stepped up and who was out there and who was championing for people, as I went down that row of talking about people, you could probably say, yeah, that's who was there. Whether it be in the media or something else, that's who was there. And that's not the point. The point of this, of even playing that clip in the beginning, and I don't know if I can do that or not, but I did it. I hope it's for fair use, copyright. That's what they always say, right? Let me take a sip of my tea with that. I mean, if you watch that clip and you are not infuriated by it, and now I want you to watch the clip in full so you can hear everything that went on. These boys did have the police on a high-speed chase throughout these neighborhoods and whatnot. Totally illegal, totally wrong, totally against the law, everything, right? Everything's wrong. What they did was 100. Now, also, I'm going to put in there, they were 15 and 16 years old, right? So let's talk about the Grand Theft Auto children for just a second. And I'm not being funny there. I'm really being, well, I guess it's kind of funny. But also, in fact, these are children who've been raised by Grand Theft Auto. Let's just be honest. Americans are working 2, 3, 4 jobs. No one's really watching their kids, but yet you're expected to become, the next great, bright, whatever. These kids are 15 and 16 years old. They have this car. One kid, after he says he had a brain injury, the cop's like, oh, no one knew that. No one knew that. Of course, you don't ask any questions ever. And I will tell you, make sure if you ever get pulled over by a cop, if you have any health-related injuries, you scream it from the mountaintops. I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, I've got that. Because then if they still, because now everything's recorded, and if it's not recording you, you should be recording them. It'll have you on record saying, I have a health issue, this and that, blah blah blah. All right. This kid, he says that the cops no one knew it. There's the next clip where you actually see, and I want to get his name correctly, because these people should be in jail, to be honest with you. Domingo Diaz, who obviously is of Spanish, Hispanic descent, and Mitchell Boyer, who definitely seems Caucasian. Domingo is the one who really, who you really see in the clip doing the most atrocious kind of. This is what you do when you're a bunch of henchmen, I think, right? Like when you're in a gang, and then you catch up to your prey, and this is what you do. This is not what you do when you're in a police officer's uniform. This is not what you're supposed to do, but this is allowed. You know how it's allowed? Because they're suspended with pay. You get paid after spitting on someone and punching them in the face when they're handcuffed? This video is disgusting. This is from Providence, Rhode Island, and I feel for any black people in Providence, Rhode Island. I really feel for any, like I said in the first show, black people only account for about 13% of the population. So I do feel for black people when they are truly, truly, for lack of a better word, outnumbered. And that doesn't even stop with just the police or anything. It could go to different things. Sorry about that, those sounds there. You want it, if you want some sound effects, I got some. I know that's on a lot of people's shows, they have sound effects, which I've yet to really get into, because I'd rather just get into what I need to talk about here first. Then I'll start sparking up the show in different manners. But when you see videos like this, right, and there's people who get to be suspended with pay. Could you do that at your job? Could you do this at your job? Like, even if the customer is wrong, we'll call the boys the customers, right? And they're stealing something, or better yet, they're just knocking shells over for hours, right? The speed chase. And then you just say, well, all right, I got you now, the pullover. Or actually the boys had crashed into a fire hydrant, and they got out the car with their hands up in the air, and they were bum rushed by these henchmen. Because I'm going to call them henchmen because of the way they acted. If you see the video, you can't call them anything else. If you do, you're just a part of the bigger issue. These henchmen jump out the car, of course, attack them, pummel them, handcuff them, and then start beating on them, right? So if you were at work and this happened and you detained a customer, which I think in America, you're not really supposed to detain customers because you're not police officers. That's, talking about like Walmart and Target and things of that nature. If you're detained, right, could you imagine if you start just spitting and beating on someone, that the job would still say, you know what, take some time, go relax. It's been a long day for you. You were driving a car and chasing someone in a car, probably one of your boyhood fantasies. Go home and we'll pay you. Go on home, boy. We've got this from here. We've got ya. And that's what it sounds like. Because there's no way you could do this on camera. And of course they hide these things. I don't know. I could try to look up when this incident actually took place while I do this. But, usually what happens is that they bury these videos for months, years, and you don't hear it, you don't hear about it, you don't get to do anything about it and then by that time it's kind of like, people stop caring. And by the way, if you're listening to that, those are the cicadas of 2021. Thought I'd just let you know that. All right, so this is on July 9th, 2021. That's when it happened. These boys, and I actually got this from attorney Ben Crump, who does a lot of great work. He's been criticized by people who I feel are just a part of the reason why black cohesion has yet to begin. He has done a lot of great work. He needs to be paid because he's doing the work and he needs to live somewhere and eat. I don't see why people think that a person like him should not make money. Providence Police officers brutally beat a group of handcuffed teenagers. This is disgusting. This is his words. Last month, Providence Police officers brutally beat a group of handcuffed teenagers until they were bloody and spit on them. These officers have yet to be charged for this appalling assault. These officers need to be off of our streets and held accountable. Hashtag end qualified immunity. I want to actually read what qualified immunity is to you guys. I'm actually a part of a group of people who think that qualified immunity should be ended. I don't know how anyone believes that if you do something on a job, you could blame it on a job and not be charged or have any repercussions from it. I think no one at McDonald's can just be like, the job made me throw grease on someone. The job made me do it. And then they get away with it and go home and then get a job at the next police department the town over. I've never heard of that. I've never heard, or the next McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like if you throw grease on someone at McDonald's, the McDonald's in St. Clair's Parish is not going to hire you because you threw grease on somebody, motherfucker. Are you serious? Right? So you think about it. This cop who is chasing someone, you made me chase you. You know what's so weird about these? If you ever watch these videos of the police officers, right? They'll catch up to a suspect. You made me chase you. Isn't that your job? I'm a criminal. I'm supposed to be getting away. I don't want to stay here and get arrested and go to jail. My point is to get away. And then when I say, all right, fuck it, I'm giving up, you're supposed to just arrest me and put me in the car and not beat the shit out of me. That's not what you're supposed to do. As a taxpayer, are you okay with paying for people to get roughed up, like how Trump said last year or two years ago when he was running for election? You know, I'm all right with if their head hits the top of the car, ha ha ha, be a little rough, and then the crowd started clapping with him. Like I said in the first show, it's only okay until it happens in their backyard. So qualified immunity is a defense that law enforcement and other government officials can raise in response to lawsuits seeking monetary damages for alleged civil rights violations. Qualified immunity is designed to protect all but the plainly incompetent or those who knowingly violate the law. The law enforcement officers are entitled to qualified immunity when their actions do not violate a clearly established statutory or constitutional right. I think that when my constitutional right is turning myself in, which is me putting my hands in the air, and maybe even dropping down on my knees and giving you the white flag, my right is to go to jail and then see my lawyer not be punched in the face and pummeled. Because the boy, okay, 16, the boy was punched in the face over 10 times. If you see this video, you should be disgusted. You should be outraged. He's a boy. He didn't do the right thing, but he's still a boy. Right? What they would have did to this boy back in the day, whew, that's what they said. There's a YouTube video of a cop saying that. If this were back in the day, you'd be dead. But Protect the blue, huh? When is this going to stop? When are people, the American people, going to be free from harm? And especially black people. You should see this video. He's literally not just punching like real close. He has to pull his both arms back. Now, what I'm telling you is that he pulls not just one fist, but two fists while the guy is handcuffed. You're a man punching a boy who's handcuffed? Domingo, that's what you do, Domingo? Punch a boy who's handcuffed? 15 years old, 16 years old? Unbelievable. And then there will be people out there who defend this. He shouldn't have resisted. Why did he run? Why did they run? If you've seen cops kill people all the time, and that's what you see. You don't see nothing else really, right? And I'm just stick with me here, because not all cops are killers. But if you see cops killing people, you hear about it. These guys are only 15, 16, not guys, boys, excuse me. These boys who are children only hear police, hear about when, like fuck 12, all that stuff that you hear, right? That people say when they're protesting the police officers. If that's all you see, hear, when you're in trouble and you decide to run, why wouldn't you run, right? You've already suffered enough you've probably been harassed by police before, because you're probably not, you're probably not doing the right things, if you're stealing cars. I don't know if they stole the car or not, but it seems like they were getting away from something. He said that his license was suspended. That's what it was. Or he didn't have a license. So I guess he took his family member's car or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. They were children, right? Little boys steal and do things all the time. All the time around this country. You had the young kids who were 13 and 12, something like that. A boy and a girl who went on a shooting spree and killed people just a month or so ago, or 3 months ago, and they were taken in. Well, the girl was shot, but the boy was taken in. They weren't pummeled. They were taken in nicely. But when it's, black and brown boys, because I'm not sure what the one of the boys truly is. He could be mixed, but also if he was Hispanic. When it's black and brown boys, it's go full force. These are terrorists. These are domestic terrorists. These are super predators, which Hillary Clinton said back in the day, and you got to do law and order. Sick. It's sick. Literally sick. It's sickening. These were children. Yes, they stole a car, but they're still children. You don't do what you did. He did not do nothing personal to you. Yes, maybe he made you guys drive after him for a very long time. Oh God, what happened to you in that time? Nothing. You were back there driving with them, with your horses, on your saddle, ready to just attack. And then when you have them and they're handcuffed, you get out the car and beat the hell out of them with not one hand, one fist, but two fists. One at a time. Bow, 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 bow. And then you get up, someone pulls you off. They say, they don't say nothing. They They don't say, that's not right, man. They don't say that. Because they don't want to be the one that's looked at. How dare you say what he did is not right? You then come back and then you spit on him while he's on the floor. They didn't do that to the let me not bring that. Let me not say that. Then you spit on him while he's on the floor. You are lower than low. But you are still paid. Right now as I speak, still paid. And no matter what, you're coming back. Because they're going to blame it on the job and say that the job let it happen. Joe Biden told black people that if they didn't vote for him, that they weren't black. I want to put that out there again. If you forgot about that because you've been climbing a crate and falling off and breaking your arm, Joe Biden said that if you weren't black if you didn't vote for him. But this is still allowed in Joe Biden's America. This is still allowed in Joe Biden's America, the same place where he guaranteed us protections. This episode is running a little longer than, well, this segment running a little longer than I was expecting. I was going to talk about, I think I'll talk about this real quick. Because I don't think we'll stop talking about what's going on in Afghanistan because it's definitely used to block some of the other things that are going on in this country, including the voting rights being taken away or being attacked by Republicans around this country who all say that the election was right, but they still are trying to attack voting laws in this country, and they still are attacking voting laws in this country. So Afghanistan is your new black cloud, right? Because black is always bad to them. So your new black cloud is Afghanistan, which it just always happens, right? But we're finally 20 years of Iraq, Afghanistan, this whole mess. There's a bombing in Kabul yesterday, which killed many Americans, many Afghanistan or Afghani people. And, Joe Biden is upset. And with, it's understood why he's upset. I mean, many Americans are dying there, but, still a lot of people are upset with America for the way they are trying to lead, It's not a good look, period, on either side. No matter what happens, it will always be someone did bad, no matter what, because we shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have been there, right? Because when you go and you look at the 9/11 Commission, we shouldn't have been there. When you look at that report, we shouldn't have been there, right? We should be worrying about what's going on here, but we're not. We're here, we're over there, and that's where we are. So we'll talk about it. I want to play this clip of this lady. Bear with me. I'll try to get it right. This lady is a translator. She is literally housing 51 people. She says that, no one can really know, but, I don't think she's lying. 51 people in her house. She's an American translator, but she's a U.S. citizen. But she's, I think she's from Afghanistan, something like that. And she's refusing to leave because she says, how can I leave these people who are just like me, but, are just they're Afghani and they can't leave. The Taliban's not letting them leave. They don't have the right papers. People are saying, and this and that. And I just want you to hear how this lady sounds, and I want you to feel her horror.
They're saying right now. They just told me that there is no bus available. Chris, I can't leave. I can't leave these families. They were there with us. They worked just like I did. and I can't leave them behind. I will stay out till end till the government support me, and I know the government can help us and support us because we have a very organized military. I worked with them for more than 13, 14 years, and I know they can organize everything and evacuate the right people. Let's not worry about who's approved with SIV, who is pending, but just look at them who work for them. It doesn't matter about their SIV approval. They have to leave this country because a lot of people who came from provinces, they don't even have place to live. And this is the only shelter they have that I give it to them so they can be in a safe place. How can I leave these kids and go to America and go to Panera Bread or Starbucks and drink my coffee while I'm thinking, I left people behind me, where they're going to get killed?
You know, whoo, did she spill the goddamn tea on what people are doing? She said, how can I go to Panera? How can I leave these people? Because she can leave. How can I leave these people, go back home to America, go to Panera Bread and Starbucks? You talk about a hero? That's a hero. When you give all of you, you become a hero. You're not a hero just because you put on something, a cape, a badge. You're not a hero because of that. You're a hero because you give your all and you don't give a damn about what happens to you because other people mean more. The world means more than just you. That lady right there. You know, I really do hope that she gets out. She said that she has 19 children that are there with her in this house that she had there. And I think 2 or 3 are disabled. You know, these people are being left behind. You know, just like our children here are left behind. You know, our education system is flawed. It's terrible. And, you know, it's hard to look at a situation like Afghanistan and turn your back. But they just cut the moratorium for evictions. People are going to get evicted in droves. We're talking about Afghanistan. It's a black cloud. It's a huge black cloud. It's terrible, but it's a black cloud. And with that further said, I mean, I've got no more questions. You know, for the day, I'll be back. I ordered a microphone. It should be coming. I'm taking this a little more, you know, not that I wasn't taking it seriously, but like I said to you, I've been pondering this for some time. It's been probably over a year. You know, I'm on a regular talk show where you could see me every day, but, or not every day, but when we film. And this was more to me, a little more of what I could give a little more of myself, because there are things going on that people don't know about, people aren't listening to, people aren't hearing about. And if I could be a part of it in any kind of way, this is the best way I can do it. I'm limited in what I can do, so I do what I can. All right, y'all. Peace, love. Have a good day. Take care of someone else. Think of someone else. Think of what's going on in this world. Think of the children. Have a good one.